What's up, you ILUS Army, ILUS family, and moneymakers? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about ILUS, an OTC traded stock that is looking to get uplisted via ERT. And ILUS is a multi-fold investment. So if you are a shareholder, you really want to understand how these things are going to work out. They have so many moving components and so many moving targets, but you want to remember that ILUS as a company started in 2020. They started 2021 or end of 2020 and early 2021. They started with $500,000 in revenue in Q1 2021, and up until now they have done tremendously well in terms of ramping up the revenue, their merger and acquisitions. We have moving components in terms of ERT, WSFT, and ILUS itself, because ILUS owns the subsidiaries 100% at the moment, looking for some spin-off. At the same time, they're acquiring multiple companies, and we'll talk about all the kind of juicy, very important, very interesting information. So let's get into it. Ticker symbol ILUS. Now, if you are a shareholder, just hit the like button and let me know in the comment section below what do you think in terms of the price point for ILUS. If you're looking into ILUS to buy, sell, or maybe hold, write down in the comment section below. So every shareholder, hit the like button so this video can reach to more and more people. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel. That will be super helpful for the growth of this channel. We need 250 likes and subscribes on this channel. So help me out, because I put in a lot of time, energy, and effort in building this video, sharing the analysis that I do back with you, hoping you can make informed financial decision. Likes and subscribes are for free, doesn't cost you anything. Now, what is going on with ILUS? ILUS up, we're up 4.69% in last trading session, where the market had such a big red day. Take a look. NASDAQ 3.5% down, Dow Jones 2.73% down, 880 points, and S&P was down almost 3% with negative 116.96 points. In terms of ILUS, we are not down. We sustained at 11 cents. Rather, we were up 4.69%, and in 5 days we are down 4.5%. So more or less we are flat. For last 1 month we are up 5%, and 6 months we are down 73.08%. So overall, ILUS had a downturn, but so did the entire market. What you want to remember when it comes to ILUS is a ton of different strategies, in not only in terms of the revenue, but in terms of merger and acquisitions, in terms of the spin-off. You want to really remember. So take a look. Emergency Response Technologies Incorporations. So this is ERT that is trying to getting uplisted in one of the major stock exchange. We'll see whether it's NYSE or NASDAQ. I do not know, so I'm not going to confirm that, but I'm closely looking into it and I'll keep you posted. A wholly owned subsidiary of ILUS International confirms that it has acquired the controlling block of Wikisoft Corporation, OTCQB WSFT. Now this is, once again, it's a controlling block. So let's take a look right here. And Emergency Response Technologies, now ERT, that is going to get uplisted, which is owned 100% by ILUS at the moment. They have a wholly owned subsidiary of ILUS appoints Dan Peters as its chief executive officer. Now there is a lot of momentum going on, and they're gearing up and getting ready for this uplisting. Now with that, let's take a look really quickly what it means. So ERT is a public safety acquisition company focused on disruptive technology that protects assets and saves lives, which is also the mission of ILUS International as a company, with Firebug fire mist technology, the patent that they have been filing, and the companies that they have been acquiring already globally. They did not really have any presence in the United States last year, but they put their strong foot into the door, and they also started expanding exponentially in European region and in Asia Pacific or APAC. They're trying to get bigger contract or bigger merger and acquisition as well. We also noticed about Burj Khalifa and many prestigious and really high profile building that this company ILUS is getting contracts around their fire technology and fire related safety aspects of it. They currently own 100% of ERT, which was created as a public safety focused subdivision of ILUS, and ERT announced that they have appointed an experienced individual as their CEO. He's the right leader in implementing the aggressive growth strategy, brings extensive emergency response and manufacturing experience that boards, and that is incredibly well known in the firefighting industry. Having spent time getting to know this individual, they're most impressed with the passion in the industry, so on and so forth, and they are talking more about their exactly what they want to do in terms of their projections. Now, look further into what they're doing in terms of the Wikisoft. They already got the controlling block of shares for Wikisoft WSFT. Now, that is one step more. It's not just OTC, but it's OTCQB, which in my opinion, it adds up one more feather into the bucket. Now, WSFT is currently in process of completing a name and ticker change as well as a change in their operations. We look forward to updating you soon with ERT and ILUS hashtag. Now, what happened to Wikisoft, and which is why you want to keep an eye out on this channel because I keep you posted. And once again, it's a multi-fold investment. That this stock, we're down 7 to 8% in last one day. Take a look, 5 days, we're up 3% more or less. For last 1 month, we had a massive run out of 10x, or rather close to 11x, 1066%. So we went from 9 cents all the way to 29 cents just in one day, but all in all, from 3 cents to all the way about 1233%, or maybe 1233%, which is such a massive upside. And I covered the stock as we were going up, and we now stabled at 35 cents. So you want to keep that in mind, which is why I always talk about we will see what happens to ERT when they get uplisted, when they will get uplisted, but time is the key. And you want to get the information right on time, and knowledge is power. Once again, you want to get the information when you need that the most, which is why if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I strongly encourage you to subscribe to this channel, because I've been catering all this information in real time, and I've been doing the research. When you need the most, then you get a ton more money. Take a look, from 9 cents, people were skeptical about this, and it went all the way to 37 cents, and we saw that it went well above what people have expected, and we had seen that the 52-week high is $1.92. We'll see where it goes from here, but what I'm trying to say is for last 6 months, let's take a look, 400% up for last year to date. We are up 400% as well, so which means 4x return. And in 5 years max, we had seen this kind of high back in the days. We got back down. Then we saw once again $4.50. Then we got back down below $1. Once again, we went to $3.40. And right now, we were at 3 cents. So which was no brainer if anyone was paying any attention for 10x when ILUS announced the blocks that they are trying to get the control. So that is how it works. Basically, Wikisoft, let's take a look. The volume started spiking up, which was I reported the very first day. From 220,000, it went to 4 million. And I reported this. We saw the same day 7 cent massively spike, went up the next day 55 cents, from there 42 cents, and the volume stayed. Now the volume is drying down a bit because there was fireworks. People were looking into buying this stock. The volume skyrocketed, and all that added into positive trajectory for the stock price. I'm not saying from 30 cents it's going to hit and go $1 within a month. We will see, but those catalysts that you want to keep an eye out, which is why you want to subscribe to the channel, and which is why you want to do your own due diligence as well. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice, but what I do is I do a ton of research, and I like to share that with you so you can also take the advantage of my research, and in return you give me a like and you give me a subscribe, and that's how it works. But let's take a look what's going on. Furthermore, on ILUS International, this story is going to be getting better, bigger, better, bigger. So let's take a look. ILUS International agrees the term on the acquisition for a company that is delivering upwards of $100 million in annual revenue. Now, ILUS has been saying since 2021, JP Backwell, if you remember, and their CEO as well, I remember a few times that they mentioned that they want to become a $100 million in revenue company by it, and they're not talking about the target of 10 years, 20 years, 15 years. They're talking about a small short-term target that they want to hit this revenue up and running, and they want to acquire the companies that are making already profits. They have proven track records, they have proven revenue, and they have proven profitability in the past. What the company has been doing, and recently in this news, in this article, the company confirmed that they agreed on the principal term to acquire its first $100 million revenue company, agreed the acquisition delivered upwards of $100 million in 2021 revenue, and it's on track to do $200 million in 2022. I was pleased to announce that the following months of discussion with the due diligence and terms have been agreed to reach to this point. Now, the company is leading provider of a heavy engineering solution turnkey project with an extensive list of global multinational companies as customers. Agreed this acquisition in headquarters in Middle East, where it is manufacturing and assembly facilities over 10 million square feet, which is huge. They agreed on this acquisition, allowed to scale up with the larger vehicle as well as fixed and portable firefighter systems, specifically for oil and gas sector, where we'll have existing customer base, and the addition of this such enormous manufacturing capability and revenue to be an incredible development for ILUS, which is exciting in my opinion. Now, once again, let's take a look at what ILUS is doing as a stock if you own ILUS. I'm not talking about the splits or the spin-offs that happens with ERT, what is going to happen with Wikisoft, and how the stocks are going to work out. But what I'm trying to say is what ILUS as a company, the OTC stock, is doing. Many of my viewers and subscribers, you bought that at 5, 6, 7 cents. We had seen the upside all the way to 51, 52 cents. Congratulations if you sold around that, and if you are riding for free, I don't know, but that's another way to make money in stock market, that you want to sell parts of your investment, get your principal back, and just ride it for free with the rest of the stocks that you have, so it doesn't wake you up at night. These are all penny stocks. It can earn you 10, 15, 20% return just within fraction of a second, or maybe 10x return within fraction of a month or whatnot, within few days, within few weeks. On the flip side, it can down 50, 60, it can go down 50, 60, 70% as well. So do it wisely. I usually do not invest more than 5 to 6% of my entire portfolio in penny/OTC stocks that you want to consider. Now, the volume is looking pretty nice compared to their average volume. Of course, it's not as nice as what we used to see last year, but compared to the average volume of 6.7 mil, we are seeing 11.7 million the last trading session on Friday. Now, once again, we see some spikes and some valleys into the price point, goes from 9 cents to 11.39, and we got back down. So what I'm trying to say is the bottom line that you want to think about ILUS is 970, if I believe, which is right here that we saw on May 24th. We did not really go and close below that price point. Yes, we did go to 930 the same day. Then we went to 940, but we quickly got back up. As soon as we touch below 10 or 94, 95, we quickly go back up and hit 11 once again. So just take it with a grain of salt, and that is how the RSI and technical pointers work. But you also want to remember that when there are some announcements, we also see the spike in the volume. The spike in the volume, 7.3%, 32, 7.3 million, 32.3, 22.4, so on and so forth. We see that about 10 million volume, we go back down. And once again, when we hear some news, it starts going back up. And that's how the penny stocks work. It's risk versus reward. You can totally double your money just within a couple of days or 3. And we have seen that in terms of WSFT, we are literally seeing that we did 10x return just in a matter of a few days and a couple of weeks rather. And that's how it works. And you want to keep an eye out, and I will cater this information over to you. Let's go back to this chart, and we can totally see that it is downtrend at the moment for ILUS for last few days. But if you take a look at last 3 months, we may get back up, and I want to see ILUS before anything happens to go back up above 1310. Now 1310, 13 cents, 0.1310. That is a big resistance for this particular stock. Take a look. We went back here, and that was a great support as well. If we cross that, sustain about that, close about that, and steady, we see that price point, that becomes a strong support. And from that, it went up, we went down, but we did not really go that down. And here it kind of resistance, and it kind of had a support as well. Started going back up, going back down, going back up, going back down, but there will be a struggle for ILUS to go above that price point. But once it goes there, will act up as a support. So you want to remember that, and you want to also remember whenever the volume spikes up, goes about 10 million, that's definitely a green bullish sign. I hope you like this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.